If time travel is real, that means someone could go back in time and fix 2020. But what that also means is someone in the future is seeing 2020 and deciding not to, which means that we might be living in the best version of 2020. Oh no!
So this is me filming at half speed because a lot of people wanted to find out what I would sound like at half speed. Apparently, normally I sound like Hammy from Over the Hedge or Twitchy from Hoodwinks, and so people wanted to see, well, on half speed, would he be understandable? And I think that I won't sound normal. I think I'll probably just sound super drunk. So guys, normal? Or do I sound super drunk?
Do you care how smart a girl is?
I love these questions for the boys' videos. And yeah, I do think the guys want a girl that they consider smart to them. Now, granted, out of all the common sense that I've seen exhibited by women throughout my life, and all the common sense I've seen exhibited by men throughout my life, ladies, it is a very attainable goal for you to convince us that you're smart. It is not that much of a challenge, because we do, there's a reason the life expectancy is lower, and that's normally when you see three dudes stacking different forklifts on top of each other. Like, I don't need a girl that's got a PhD, but I'd appreciate a girl that just understands the basics of how doors work. Also, who's out there like, I like them the dumber they come? Like, hey, Frank, how's the wife? She's great. Look at her. Beautiful, sweet, dumber than a deck chair. Why do people say white people can't pronounce ethnic names like we can pronounce white names? We can't! For instance, here's some Scandinavian last names. Gunvoldensson? Gunvolds? No, not gonna. What is this one? Geese? Like the bird? I don't know. Let's go further east to more white people. How about this last name? No, literally no chance. Not even in the ballpark. I mean, I don't even. First off, how does that turn into that? I can't even ballpark it for you. But these are white names. Can't even ballpark it. Here's some more Russian words, and it's just tragic to know that if I ever went to Russia, there's not a chance I could greet people. So long story short, stop giving us credit that we can pronounce white names. We can't. Part of my car that blows cold's blowing hot right now, and I'm not sure why. And it's at this point in my life where I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I should have learned more about cars than random trivia. For instance, if you ask me right now, Ryan, how many people survived the sinking of the Titanic? I'd go, 32% of the boat. Roughly 703 to 706 people, but the number, hotly contested. And you know what? Fun fact about that fun fact, it doesn't make my car colder. Here's a happy, wholesome story why older black women are probably the greatest thing to happen to people since breathing, and also why we should treat retail workers better. So I was going into Walmart, I don't speak for the brand or the company, and I was going in to get some tires because my car needed tires. So I go in, I'm talking to this lady, she's an older African-American lady named Helen. Helen is delightful. Helen and I start talking about like things that are driving her crazy at work, things that are that she's just, talking about in life, and it is wonderful. And I go back 2 days later because that's when my appointment was scheduled to get my car fixed. And so I go in and I start seeing Helen, and Helen recognizes me. And I gotta be honest, it's been a tough day. It just felt good to be recognized. And then we start talking, and one of her other employees who comes up, who's been working with me, she just goes, "This is Ryan. He's always in a good mood." And that felt real good to hear. And I was like, thanks, I'm really trying to be. And she goes, "I appreciate it because there's a lot of people that come in here and get mad at us about the fact that we don't have the parts that they need in the moment." And it's like, hey, I'm not Walmart. And you know what? That's so fair. We just can't take it out on retail workers when it's like, it's not their fault that the order wasn't placed like way down the line, And then she called me honey, which getting called honey by an older black woman is the greatest part of a day. Day one of being a home alone, and I'll be listening to my pets to decide what I do with my day. What about you, Wally? What do you think I should do? Take a nap? Love it. So I'm walking in my park, and this isn't good. There's just two bikes right there with no people. This is how a lot of episodes of CSI Miami start. And I got a dog that could find bodies. Oh no, just keep walking, Wally, just keep walking.
God, this is so embarrassing because this file on the computer is called Men in Tights, but I think what they meant was
A little swear.
Youth Pastor Ryan and Beer Bong Jong LARPing. That is what this is, right?
Go to sleep. Kitty's got this.
Okay, good night, Kitty.
Good night.
Here's how you summon people that had a rough middle school. When I was a young boy, So, Jesse, where did you want to eat?
I want to go to Panda.
Panda what?
Panda Express.
Ah, yes! And so I typed into my maps Panda Express thinking it would take us to the most popular panda-based restaurant, but I made a mistake. Turns out there's a restaurant just called Panda. That'll do. So I made a mistake and I went to regular Panda instead of Panda Express, and apparently the thing that makes it better is the expediency, because both me and Jesse are just clocked out in our rooms right now. And it's not because we feel good. Hey, Jesse.
I'm ready.
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to... It says storage fuel engines.
Come here. Take this gas.
How do I click on it?
Jesse.
I'm trying to click on it.
Jesse! Oh my gosh! I thought you needed help. You are inches away from me. Utter betrayal. Well, I guess that answers if it's... Wow. You absolute monster. Just got makeup tips from a biker. I was driving on the road because I just dropped off Jesse. We were in the middle of filming E-Boy TikToks. This isn't my normal, look. And so my windows are down and this biker pulls up next to me. He's on a big Harley. He's a big older dude and he looks over at me and I unfortunately make eye contact with him. And I'm like, well, this is probably gonna go south. And he just looks at me and goes, hey man, nice liner. Might want to tighten it up a little bit though. And I go, thank you. I will do that. And then he goes, no problem, man. Used to rock a lot of it in the 80s. And then he just peeled out like the most hardcore makeup fairy godmother I've ever met. So fun fact, have you ever had a job where you worked with a makeup artist and they did the makeup for you and then you thought later I probably could do it on myself. Like, how hard could that be? The answer is hard. It's very hard. Thank them all the time for everything they do. Thank you, makeup artists that have worked with me. And I wish you were here now. Well, if you could all just wake me up when September ends, that'd be swell. So, Jesse, whose car's ready to get picked up from the shop?
That'd be mine.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, then what are we in the middle of doing?
E-Boy shit.
Yeah, E-Boy TikToks! Well, only one of us has to go inside. Good luck! He said he's gonna use the excuse I lost a bet because apparently I was filming TikToks is way more embarrassing. How'd it go, champ?
That was the longest transaction I've ever had.
Has anyone told Fetty Wap that his name means something completely different now? Poor guy. Tough 2020. This is very good. This is very good. Also, if China won't give us the algorithm to TikTok, that means that we just have same old TikTok structure, but a different algorithm. Guys, 2 for 1. Remember when the world's superpowers used to fight over who could go to space first? Instead of things like apps. Like, oh yeah, you can't have this app in my country. Followed by, fine, well your apps can't be in my country. Like, can we go back to having productive battles? Like, how about this? First country to cure cancer wins. Just in case this is the end of TikTok, here's a happy, wholesome Disney story. So I work for Disneyland, but I don't speak for the brand or the company. I was at work at this place called Toontown right before we got furloughed. And at Toontown, there was this family coming up to me and they had like this side-by-side stroller and they had 2 twin boys in the front. They're probably like 4 years old. So I get down on one knee and I start talking to them and I go, hi, what are your names? And they go, hi, I'm Peter. And then the other one goes, hi, I'm Parker. And I go, oh, and I look up at the mom who is pointing to her husband. And the husband looks at me and goes, we had a deal. I get to name the firstborn boy, she gets to name the firstborn girl. But she did not expect it to be a 2 for 1 because they had twins. And so I had to do it. And I just got up and high-fived him. And then he goes, guess what? The best part is we had a girl next. And I went, oh, what's her name? And I looked to the mom and the mom looks at me and she goes, Gwen. And I went, oh my gosh. And we high-fived. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a very spider-themed family.